Welcome to the launch of Season 2 of the Mental Edge Minute. This is your host, Jason Thompson, certified mental performance coach and founder of The Mental Edge. Today is episode 31, How to Be at Your Best in the Big Game. Today's episode is inspired by Dr. Rob Gilbert, host of the popular podcast Success Hotline. Dr. Gilbert talks about how many years ago, when he was just starting out as a college professor, he wanted to make an impression on a young gal in the community that he had his eye on. And so he invited her to attend one of his classroom presentations as a professor. And he said, I remember really wanting to do a good job, really wanting to make it special. And, he wanted to be extra funny. He wanted to maybe throw in some extra gadgets, tell more stories. And he says, I remember afterward, I knew I bombed, like I just blew it. He said she came and watched the presentation, and I just knew that I didn't do a good job. And he said, to this day, I use that story from my life to work with athletes and to help them understand this, that when you're going into something important, when you're going into a big game, don't make it special, but make it important. Like, keep it important. Do all the things that you normally do to be successful as an athlete, or that your team does to be successful. But don't make it special. Don't do things that you have not done all season long. Don't, start trying to play outside of who you are as an athlete. And he says, if you do that, you'll be just fine. But he says, a lot of times what we do is we try to heap all this extra pressure on ourselves. And he said that we use the 14 killer words. This is it. There's no tomorrow, do or die, win or go home. And he said, when we do that, it's like we just put all this undue pressure on ourselves. So he said, keep it important. All those things you normally do, that you watch film, that you give your best effort in practice, that you get a good night's sleep, that you're eating healthy, and all these things, but you don't add undue pressure. You just do what you normally do. You trust your coaching, you trust your training, but you don't make it special. You just keep it important. I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at thementaledgeyouneed@gmail.com, or visit our website to see the resources that we have available at thementaledge.co. You can also find us on most social media platforms, on Twitter or X at HowTheBestThink, on Instagram at The Mental Edge for Athletes, and on TikTok at MindGuy. Until next time, this is Jason Thompson with The Mental Edge.